Hello, and welcome to Jonergy Healing. This piece is a follow-up to my track, A Commitment to Love, The Edges. If that track was a boundary, this is the breath that follows, an invitation into what we find when we return to ourselves. What lives beyond survival, beyond the performance, beyond the edges we shape to stay safe? What remains when we no longer need to shrink, when the need to be understood dissolves and the desire to be true takes its place? This piece came from that space, from the quiet after the roar, from the truth that rises once the performance ends. If the edges was a boundary, this is the breath that follows, and it too is a commitment to love. Because love, real love, doesn't stop at the edge. It moves us inward. It calls us home. I am no longer living at the edge. I am stepping into the center of myself, not the version of me you tolerated, but the one I tucked away so I could be loved. I wore grace like a mask. I let silence swallow my fire. I confused being nice with being safe, and I was neither. I gave up so many pieces of myself just to be invited into rooms that were never meant to hold me. But I don't live there anymore. I have stopped knocking. I have stopped explaining. I have stopped bleeding for those who call their harm a lesson. I don't want to be understood if it costs me my wholeness. I don't want to be loved if it asks me to disappear. I want the kind of love that sees me in full, the kind that welcomes my sharpness and my softness, my clarity and my collapse. I want the kind of life that does not begin at the edge, but blooms in the middle, where my feet are planted, where my voice returns, where I can feel the pulse of my own becoming. This is not the beginning of me. This is the remembering. This is the homecoming. This is about the wisdom that comes from being harmed and choosing still to love myself back to life. Beyond the edges there is stillness, and beyond that stillness there is power. Let this piece remind you, you are not the mask you wore to survive. You are not the silence you kept to stay loved. You are the fire that could not be extinguished, the softness that could not be stolen, the truth that refused to stay buried. And now, you are home. You are love. And this, too, is a commitment.